Hello guys, welcome back to another Vital Buzz Solution video, and today we're going to be playing some more Hand of the Gods. As promised, we are going to have a look at Odin's deck and we'll see what cards we can use in a deck that's specifically built around for Odin, and some of the advantages as well as the disadvantages of using a deck purposely built around Odin. I believe it's a Norse god, or it's a mythological god of Nordic, I believe. Anyway, putting that to one side, more important matters, what I would like to say is on this particular video I would like to put a big shout out to all you guys who have been recently subscribing to the channel, and I just want to say a massive thank you for your help and support in helping us reach our target of 25 subscribers, which I am proud to say we have well and truly smashed it. So thank you again for your support, it is so much appreciated. I am truly overwhelmed by the help and support that you guys have shown into this channel. It has been amazing. And on that note, I would like to personally thank Beck, Alex Morton, and as well Charlotte Whitehead for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to Vital Buzz Solution, guys. I hope you're going to be staying around for a long time, because I tell you what, I promise I'm going to be putting out some brilliant content for you guys to enjoy. Well, that's the idea anyway. So, putting that to one side, let's get into a game, shall we? I've I've done quite a bit of a lengthy intro, but I felt it was necessary just to say that, wow, whenever anyone puts a challenge up for you guys to try and accomplish on YouTube, you always deliver the goods, and there's nothing more I can say. You're just brilliant. You're amazing. You're the best. So we're going to use a custom deck for this game. I've tweaked it around a little bit just for the purpose of this video, and what I've swapped in is basically one of the strengths for an Odin deck is you have a lot of cheap cards for fast attack, and that's essentially what you try and build the core foundations of your deck around. So the idea is you get in quick fast counter attacks in against your opponent, and you dwindle the health down very cheaply but very quickly, and that's the idea, is to quickly win the game. However, there are other decks built around to counter this offensive strategy, like for example, if an opponent plays a lot of melee or zombie cards, even Roman gods I believe are good counter cards for a deck that's built around rush, which is essentially what it's called. And zombie cards in particular, they slow down the game, and the spells that are used in them decks also tend to beat an Odin rush kind of built round strategy deck. But I wanted to show you this deck anyway, just out of curiosity, because you never know, it might be paired up against a fairly weak opponent, and I will be able to show you exactly how effective it can be, or at least attempt to show you how effective it can be with the cards that I currently have available to me, because regrettably I have not been able to use all the cards that are available to Odin, because I have to unlock some of them, like I have with some of the other gods and characters to this game. But hopefully we'll find a match pretty soon. and we'll be able to get underway. If you're wondering what the noise is in the background, it is my little boy. He, bless him, he had his injections, his first course of injections a few days ago, and he's feeling a bit restless, so we're trying to settle him down at the moment, bless him, and obviously he's feeling it, and he's a little bit hungry as well, so I think he's ready for something to eat, just to settle him down for the evening, because I am actually recording this video at about 8:30 in the evening. Yeah, it's a fairly late one. I was going to do a recording earlier on in the afternoon, but me and my wife, we decided we wanted to watch The Muppets Christmas Carol, and what a good film it is. What can I say? It's brilliant. It's got Michael Caine in, all the Muppets, Kermit, Beaker, Animal. You know, they're just great. They're just brilliant. I mean, I don't know if you guys like the Muppets, or if any of you haven't seen The Muppets Christmas Carol, I suggest you go and buy it on DVD. It is a brilliant, brilliant film, especially around about Christmas time. Anyway, enough about Christmas films. Let's have a look at our deck and see what we have got. Okay, so we're up against Ross, so we may need to keep Siege Master in case he has any summoning pillars which will need to be destroyed, so we'll settle for that, what we've got, and see what cards we get on our first turn, or the additional card I should say, because we do start with 2 mana. Well, what I suggest is we might as well play Backstab, because it doesn't cost us any mana to cast at all, and that deals 3 damage to your opponent's summoning stone, and that is what we're going to do. It's essentially a free card that does 3 damage, and I think that's overpowered for what it is, because that's just brilliant. To be able to deal 3 damage on 3 mana on your first turn, or on any turn, you'd be daft not to take it. So now what we'll do, we'll place, we'll deploy... Should we deploy 2 ranged Cursed Hunters? No. We'll use our special God ability to place a Cursed Warrior and get in a quick, cheap strike on our opponent's summoning stone. So after the first turn we have been able to have dealt 4 damage, which is huge, especially after turn 1. So now we'll see what our opponent does, and what they can bring to the battlefield. So while ever we can get ahead in this game, we will try and forge on and try and get as far ahead as we possibly can, because the tide of the battle can quite so easily turn, and it can turn very quickly, as I have already witnessed in a few of these games before. So what our opponent has placed down is a Sacred Warrior. So whenever a friendly is healed, he gets to draw a card. Very nice. So let's have a look and see what else we have on the battlefield. Or what we can place on the battlefield, I should say. We've got a Decrepit Bowman. The Afterlife. Spawn 2 decrepit fractures in adjacent tiles. That sounds pretty good. I think we'll use that card. And we will place him... We'll place him just there. And we've got our Cursed Warrior up at this end. He will die if we do decide to attack the Sacred Warrior, and it won't kill him. So for the sake of us losing our Cursed Warrior, we will strike again our opponent's summoning stone and pass the turn over to him. So he's down to 20 health. We are still up to 25 with full health. We shall see what he does on his turn 2, or her turn 2, because you never know. It could be an opponent of the opposite sex that's playing against us. We do not know. Ah, now he's got Sobek. Whenever a friend is healed, he gains +1/+1. Okay, so I'm guessing he may actually have a few cards in his deck which gives him healing abilities. Okay, so we've got a card here, of course, which gives all our friendly units +1/+1. We don't have that many on the battlefield at the moment. It seems a bit pointless to place any down. So what we're going to need to do now is actually fill the side of our board with as many creatures, gods, and any other units that we can find, because we do need to try and populate the board and utilise our skills, as I've already been explaining. A quick rush, fast-paced attack. So we'll use our Cursed Warrior to attack the Summoning Stone, and we'll use our Archer as well to deal an additional damage. Just keep peppering away at his health, and that'll be the turn passed over. So we'll see what transpires in turn 3. So whilever we can keep throwing down Cursed Warriors for as long as we can, it'll give our opponents something to think about, and it will certainly divert the attention away from some of my bigger creatures and gods that I'm going to put onto the battlefield. So at the start of your turn he gains +0/+1, so that's a healing ability which has strengthened Sobek. So he's gained +1/+1, so I'm going to need to deal with him pretty sharply. And there we go. He's killed my my archer there, and as a result I have placed 2 Decrepit Fractures onto the battlefield. What I could do now to really vamp up the pressure on my opponent, I could give all friendly units +1/+1, which I think is what I'm going to do. So it makes all my archers +2/+2. And what I'm going to do now is, let's have a look. We'll attack with this archer to get rid of his Sobek, and we'll use this archer to get rid of that Sobek. We'll get rid of that enemy there, and we'll quickly deal an additional 2 damage onto the opponent's Summoning Stone, and that'll be the end of our turn. So you can see there, that card that we used there, which gave all our friendly units +1/+1. It is always handy if you can fill the battlefield like I just did then with as many units as possible. So the more you have and the more you can tank up, the harder it's going to be for your opponent to actually deal with them threats, because you are essentially overwhelming them on the board. And that's what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to have battlefield presence, give our opponents something to think about, because right now he's only got 2 creatures on the battlefield.
My blood.
So now he has another Sobek that has entered the battlefield. And what we're going to have to do now, we're going to have to try and deal with that threat. Okay, what other creatures have we got? No, we won't place that. So we'll place another Cursed Warrior down, and we'll get him to attack that Sobek, because we don't want him getting tanked up. And we'll use this archer here to attack Sobek. And what we'll do now we'll use this archer to get rid of the... oh, do we want to get rid of that beset? Spawn 3 cats in adjacent tiles? Maybe not. But what we will do, we'll deal 2 damage there. And we'll deal another 2 damage to get rid of that creature there. And we'll pass the turn over, even though I haven't used all my creatures, because I was taking too long there to think what I was going to do. Actually, could I use... No, I can't. Because like in Magic the Gathering, if you have some mana left over and you have an instant card, you can actually use that to cast counter spells from your opponent. But we'll just see what he does. So he's destroyed one of my archers. I presume he's going to kill one of our other archers, a like for like. So we've got Neath. Whenever a friendly is healed, gain global range until the end of your turn. Okay. So this is where he's going to get some board presence. So he's killed our archer. It's killed his cat. In turn, it's been able to spawn 3 beset cats. We're going to probably lose him, so we're going to need to be a little bit careful here what we do. I suppose what we could do to start off with, we'll spawn a cursed warrior, get rid of one of these cats, and I think what we'll do now is we'll place Ymir onto the battlefield. Now he will be able to stun an enemy, and I suppose what we could do, we'll attack him like... oh, actually he's ranged actually. Ooh, that was a bit of a waste. We've lost an archer there, but what we'll do now, we'll attack our opponent's summoning stone to take him down to 15, keep the pressure on him, pass the turn over, and wait to see what he has in his deck. So at the moment so far it's going well, although he is starting to gain a little bit of control on the battlefield. And now he's placed a Doom Guardian, so whenever a friendly is healed, he gains +2/+0. And I can see now where his strategy is going to turn now. So now he's going to be looking at trying to go on the offensive and try to get himself back into this game. So he's lost another cat there, and he's going to use that cat there to take care of our archer. And I think that's all he can do at the moment. Indeed it is. Okay. Now we've got our own beefy god creature, Fenrir. So basically whenever he doesn't attack, he gains +2/+2, and he's an absolute beast. So what we're going to do, we're going to freeze the Doom Guardian. We're going to play Fenrir, and he's going to sit at the back. And he will just basically sit there, look pretty, and get stronger each turn, providing we don't use him to attack. What now? So we'll place a Cursed Warrior down, and we'll attack Neath and try and maintain control on this battlefield. So the Doom Guardian cannot be used this turn, so he will regrettably kill my Ymir but it'll buy us an extra turn. Although he has another Doom Guardian that is placed on the battlefield. So maybe we might need to use the Armoured Behemoth. So whenever this unit takes damage, it gains +3/+0.
Bathe the glow.
Okay. So he's buffed up his Doom Guardians. He's killed Ymir. And we'll wait to see what happens. Now, I have another one that I can summon onto the battlefield. And this is where we're probably going to need to place some of our bigger creatures onto the battlefield, some of our bigger gods. So we'll place a Ymir onto the battlefield to maintain some board presence, and the Armoured Behemoth. So whenever he takes damage, he gains +3/+0. And that'll be it, our turn. Regrettably, these two creatures here are going to get stronger. So we're going to have to think about concentrating, if we can, on our opponent's summoning stone. So the plan is basically to try and keep these two here quiet, the two Doom Guardians, while our Fenrir gets strong enough so we can use him to go straight for our opponent's summoning stone, providing that Ymir can actually survive, because he'd be a good creature to basically silence one of our opponent's creatures. But he's going to kill our Ymir. Is he? No, he isn't actually. So the Doom Guardian has killed our Behemoth. Now Ymir has gone down. Essentially, he could kill us this next turn. What's he got? 18, 22. Yeah, he's got enough board presence there so you can see how the battle has turned. So he gains +1/+0 for each adjacent enemy. So we'll place him down on
Sound the horns. There is battle to be met.
So that gives him +2/+0. Okay. So we're going to need to do something about... Yeah, decisions. We need to place our two archers down quickly. And that's all we can do this turn. And our Fenrir has just gained another +2/+2. He's now 10-9. And we've got a little bit of defence here. Hopefully that'll be enough to slow down our opponents, especially from attacking our summoning stone. Because we could do with getting rid of those Doom Guardians, because now he's actually starting to place some strong creatures down on the battlefield. What's he done there?
Bathe the glow.
Our Fenrir has been poisoned. So our Fenrir has died. And he's killed one of our cursed warriors. So that gives all friendly units +1/+1. So yeah, as you can see here, because we didn't have any cards that could deal with the Doom Guardians, which were unable to tank up as we were with our Fenrirs. Unfortunately, we couldn't capitalise on that. We could have done with Fenrir arriving on the battlefield a turn or two a lot earlier, so we've not been able to actually do anything with our opponent's summoning stone. We've only been able to get it down to 15, and I think this is where the game has finished. Indeed, it has been a good game. So we'll place our first warrior down. We'll cast +2/+2. We might as well do something rather than it fizzling out into nothing. And that is game. So let's go to options, go to taunt and say good game.
Good game.
Because we are gracious in defeat. So this should be it. One swipe of the summoning stone and that should be game, set and match.
Bathe the glow.
Now we're just waiting for that fatal blow. And there it is. And unfortunately again, it has been a game that has ended in defeat. So as you can see, Odin is a good deck if you can utilise on the advantage that you get in the beginning of the game, providing you have the cards to back it up so that you can continue that momentum of putting your opponent on the back foot and keeping them there on the back foot. But as soon as they have, like in that match, a few big cards that they'll be able to tank up and make stronger, if you haven't got something to counter that threat, then the sorry, I'm muddling up with my words there. The tides of the battle can soon quickly change. Regrettably, as it was seen in that game, it ended in a defeat. But I hope that has enlightened you somewhat and given you a bit of an insight, if you are new to Hand of the Gods, what cards work well in this particular deck, and also the advantages and disadvantages as well of playing a Odin deck, even though I am limited to the cards that I have at the moment. So if you have enjoyed watching this video, I hope you have enjoyed it. Please give it a massive like and subscribe to the channel if you would like to continue following my videos. Thank you very much for watching. I think in the next episode we will have a look at the god Ra, who was our opponent in that match. So we'll see what strengths and weaknesses Ra has and what cards and abilities they'll be able to present to us on the battlefield. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next part of Hand of the Gods. Take care guys, and keep buzzing.